Hey, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in with me today. I appreciate you for coming in and supporting the channel. And I hope to bring some really good tools to you today on boundaries. So, this topic is near and dear to my heart. It was important to me when I first got sober, and it's important to me still today after having 6 years. With boundaries, at first, some people, we don't even realize that we need to set a boundary in a certain area. We just feel overwhelmed, stressed, frustrated, resentful at others, mad, pissed. We avoid, these things. So hopefully these tools help you throughout that. So the first thing I want to talk to you about, according to boundaries, is people reaching out to you who are like your old buddies or using partners. They in the beginning, they would reach out to me and be like, "Hey, Alex, what's up? I miss you. Where you been? Hit me up. You don't call me no more. You don't come around no more." So I would let them know that, hey, I'm sober. I thought that would help, but it didn't. They would continue to hit me up, So what I started doing is I go to 12-step meetings. I would just invite them to a meeting because I assumed that would just spook them, and it did. Literally, it sounds crazy and goofy, but I did. Hey, you want to go to a meeting? You don't continue to get messages from that person anymore. For those of you who don't go to meetings, invite them to something else. Invite them to church. If you're going to go meditate and do some yoga, invite them to that. Basically, I know for me, I wasn't when I was using, someone tell me that, invite me to a meeting or tell me to come to church or to something like that, I was not with it. So I'm like, you're weird, I'm cool. So that was one of the boundaries that I had to set. And that's how I said it. It was just that pretty much that simple for me. You can also delete your old Facebook, delete your old Instagram, create new ones, change your phone number. There's some other things that are kind of like, some people don't want to do it, but sometimes it's worth it. It's a new you. We're starting a new path in life, and we deserve a refresh, So that can be one of the things. Another thing that I like to talk to you about with boundaries is conversations, boundaries around conversations. So one of my struggles was having people that wanted to engage in what I call low vibrational conversations, or gossiping, or just talking about the same problems over and over and over without talking about the solution, complaining, conversations that didn't really have true meaning, that just was like, what are we talking about? Why are we talking about this? Didn't bring no true joy, or a talk that wasn't helping me in my growth. While that may have been me when I was using, it's not me today. So those type of conversations, I didn't want them in my life anymore. So what I would do is I would tell people like, hey, no offense, I don't want to indulge in these conversations anymore. They make me feel heavy afterwards, or they make me feel negative, or, I'm just not living that life anymore, so please don't have these conversations with me. Let's talk about some other things, And what you'll notice is the people who respect you and who understand, who also are in a path of growing, they will go ahead and say, you know what, you're right, girl, that's, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna start talking about something else. Or they can just stop hitting you up, which often happens because you're going into a new era of life, and you can't always take everybody with you. Sadly, you want to be like, hey, I want to get everybody, everybody's going to be successful together. Let's get sober. Let's go do fun things. Let's live a life. Let's grow. You'll weed those people out. With setting boundaries, you'll notice that the people who are there, who are meant to be there for the long haul, will be there. And the people who aren't, they'll move around. That's another cool thing about boundaries. Another thing that I struggled with was people just randomly calling me and dumping on me, ranting. Kind of ties into the one that I just talked about, but this is more so like a call in and my bills ain't paid, my car broke down, my job sucked, my life sucked. All these things that have negative weight to them. It's heavy. It's like, I don't want to keep hearing about this stuff. That's not cool. And it's okay to have people that you can vent to and people venting to you from time to time, but ask for permission. And if they're not asking for your permission to do this, then that's rude. It's not okay, because then you could be in the middle of your work day on your lunch break, and now you go back and the rest of your day suck because now you're just heavy. You could have been in good spirits. Now you're just heavy and don't know why. So what that kind of looks like is say, hey, I don't want to be rude, but I understand you're going through things. But when you're going to go into these conversations, please ask permission first, because you never know what my mindset is at. Also, I want to make sure I'm in a good place to receive, because I found myself when they would be doing that, sometimes I would just tune out because I didn't want to hear it. I'm like, oh yeah, So now I'm not even really receiving. So you want to let them know that I want to be able to receive, and I want to be in a good place for it. So ask, hey, you got a moment? I got some heavy stuff I want to get off my chest. Or hey, you got a moment? I just need to rant or vent. You know what I mean? That helps me a lot. All right, my time. Being more intentional with my time is important to me these days. You ever feel like you've just been pulled in a million directions and wonder where your time goes? It could be family and friends just want to hop on the phone all the time and talk and chop it up, like we used to, just be on the phone for hours, just shooting the breeze. Or feeling like when people call and text you, you have to reply right away, or you have to call them right back. That used to be me. Excuse me. These days, no, my phone stays in do not disturb. That is what I do to counter that one. When I answer my phone, it's because I want to, and because the ringer's on, and I know that I'm turning my ringer on because I'm available. Even at that point, if it rings and it's a person that I feel like, okay, this is going to be a conversation that I'm not ready for, or it's going to be a long conversation, I don't have that much time, or it's going to be a negative, you still don't have to answer it. You know what I mean? D&D has saved my life. D&D, for you who don't know what D&D is, do not disturb. Put your phone in do not disturb. And you choose when to take it out of D&D. And then where you can control when your time is being given away. Also, showing up for events. People wanting to have you come to birthday parties, baby showers, barbecues. I mean, there's so many things that people invite you to, and you're just like, oh my God, I got all this stuff on my schedule. Where, first of all, you need to know where you're going in life. You need to have some goals and make sure these things are aligned. Like for me, family and friend time is important to me, but I have a limit on it. I'm not gonna just go to every birthday party. We got a big family. That's a lot of dang birthday parties and baby showers and dinners and just a ton of things happening, barbecues. I would feel depleted, and I wouldn't be focusing on my goals and staying sober. So I limit it. I have a certain amount of time that I can allow a month. Some months I may do 5 hours a month. Some months I may be to do 10, depending on what's happening that month. But I make sure that I'm very conscientious of how I'm allotting my time with my friends and family. It's okay to say no to engagements. It's okay to let people know that, thanks for thinking of me. I'm not going to be able to make this one. Also, make sure you're asking yourself, is this so you can align with your goals? And if you have the time. And remember, no is a whole sentence. Shout out to my best friend, Amber. No is a whole sentence. You don't even have to explain. You can just say no. But for me, that was always hard to do. So I had something, thanks for thinking of me. I can't, something like that. And when I am in the situations where I'm at friends and family, or I'm going to go around them, in the beginning, this was crucial to me. Set up a meeting right afterwards. So when you just say you're at a barbecue and you're like, oh, I don't want to be there all night. Because to me, old me, I would be there. I'll be the one showing up 4 p.m., be there still at 1 a.m., still drinking. I made a million runs to the store. I made a couple runs to my dealer. I'm just cooling it all night. And that was old behavior. So I didn't want to do that. But there is people who still will show up and then be there till it's over. I don't have the time like that no more. So I'll say, just say a couple hours. I'm going to go show my face, show some love, get some hugs and kisses. You know what I mean? And then it's easier for me now. But in the beginning, I would set up a meeting right afterwards. Okay, fam, I got to go. I got to get to a meeting. They understood. Okay, thanks for coming. We love you. Glad you came. Good to see you. When the times that I didn't have those things lined up in the beginning, when my family was still kind of used to me being the old me, it was more like a, oh, you leaving? Oh, you taking off? Oh, you going already? Only been here a couple hours. So then I felt bad. So I made sure I had something lined up that was like, they knew that I had to get my meetings. They wanted me successful and sober. They was like, all right, bye, girl, get that meeting in. Like, they don't want me to be the old me. So that helped me a lot. Have something lined up for when it's time to leave, for the time that you have in your mind that you want to leave. That always helps. Nowadays, I don't have to do that. I just tell them I'm going to go. They understand. It took years to get here. Now they just know. They just happy that I came and I showed up, and you know what I mean? It's just because it's part of the new me, and they understand the new me now. Hopefully that helps with you setting boundaries with your time. Another area that I struggle with boundaries with was when people would have what they call emergencies, or what appeared to be an emergency. What was in their mind an emergency, but to me it's like, that's really not an emergency. You need a ride to work because you missed your bus. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Or people wanting you to run errands around, you know, and they always make it seem so stressed. They say it's stressed out. It seems important, and it is important to them. And it's like, I learned, someone told me a while back, your lack of poor planning doesn't constitute an emergency in my life. I'm gonna say that again. Your lack of poor planning doesn't constitute an emergency in my life, okay? So I learned to set boundaries with people who call me last minute, or who just wanting to have me do things and rip and run. I did that early on because that was driving me crazy. I did that my whole life, and I couldn't live like that no more. So once again, I'm sorry I can't, you know. I'm sorry this is happening to you. You know, I'm sending some prayers your way. You know, I just can't. Once again, no is a whole sentence. In closing, I want to let you guys know that enforcing these boundaries can be tough. There's no point in setting a boundary if you're not going to enforce it. Okay? Once you get to enforcing them, you feel, you know, someone else crossed the boundary after you already told them, you know what I mean, about the boundary. You got to keep reminding them, you know, just like it's a habit for you and for them. Hey, remember I told you I don't like these conversations. Hey, remember I told you I can't jump to the emergencies. Or, you know, whatever it is, you know, just remind them. You know, after some point, you'll know when it's enough and you can, you know, didn't deal with it at that point. For me, I did a lot of blocking. And I warned them first, if you don't continue to disrespect my boundaries, I'm going to block you, delete you off my page, or, you know, or we just can't be cool. You have to enforce them, or else they won't respect them. You know, and it's not even a whole respecting. Let me say that. They won't. Yeah, it is respect. It's respect. It is respect, just point blank. They won't respect your boundaries if you don't enforce them, okay? So I hope you guys got something out of this video. I'm looking forward to doing more of these. Let me know in the comments the tips that was most helpful for you. Let me know. But I can keep bringing content that suit your needs. Give me feedback on my video. Let me know. I'm starting this off. You know, I'm new to this, so I'm open for feedback. Let me know your thoughts. Also, please subscribe to my channel. That way you can always be in the know when I drop a new video. And also share this. There's people out here, I'm pretty sure, that's in your circles that can benefit from these videos that I'm sending out to you guys. All right, that's all I got. Peace out. Till next time, be well, be blessed.